To set the stage for Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Sri Lanka, Indian External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj arrived the island nation for a two-day visit on Friday. On the first day of her visit, Swaraj met Sri Lankan President Maithripala Sirisena and discussed whole gamut of bilateral issues. Sri Lankan President assured Swaraj that his government is committed to strengthen ties with India. Sushma Swaraj has called her visit part of the high-level engagement with the new Sri Lankan government.
It also gives us an opportunity to close the gaps prior to the visit of Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi. He is scheduled to visit Sri Lanka on March 13th and 14th. As you are aware, the visit is the first bilateral visit of a Prime Minister of India since 1987. After 28 years, this visit is happening. Friends, India and Sri Lanka are bound by ties of history, geography and culture. Our partnership must therefore progress in the spirit of being the closest of neighbors and friends whose destinies are intertwined.
On Saturday, Sushma Swaraj called on Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wicremesinghe, though the minutes of the meetings are still not known, but expectations are on that the issue of Indian fishermen would have been a part of the talks. Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wicremesinghe had sparked controversy with a statement targeting the Indian fishermen. Indian External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Syed Akbaruddin had earlier said the issue of the Indian fishermen might be discussed during the meeting.
The issue of Indian fishermen is an issue which India and Sri Lanka have discussed together on several occasions in the past. It is a humanitarian issue, it is an emotive issue, and it is an issue of livelihood. This is an ongoing dialogue between India and Sri Lanka. The External Affairs Minister will certainly take up this matter today as part of her discussions, both with her Sri Lankan counterpart and with the Sri Lankan Prime Minister. And we hope we can work together in a peaceful and diplomatic manner on this issue.
Earlier on Saturday, delegation talks were held between the two countries. Friday, the Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj also met her Sri Lankan counterpart Mangala Samarveera. Both the leaders discussed the preparations for the visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Sri Lanka the coming week. Apart from this, the issue of restarting ferry services between the two countries and measures to improve trade were also discussed. Sushma Swaraj also paid homage to the brave soldiers of the Indian Army at the Indian Peacekeeping Force Memorial. The Sri Lankan government had mooted the idea of a war memorial to those soldiers of the IPKF who lost their lives during the peacekeeping mission in the early 1990s. The visit of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to the island nation is the first bilateral visit of any Indian Prime Minister in 28 years. Asia Desk, DD News.